what being your best friend, that you toured with, how did this prolific grouping came together?
That is something that you are going to have to ask Isaiah Wolf because that is the leader of Prolific. He created Prolific. It started with him and Marcus. Then Tyree was added to the mix, and then you had, me, yours truly, the first lady of Prolific, and now we have the wise brother, Dre.
Big
Um,
baby.
You got to get
so
Isaiah on the show next.
you gotta get him on. Plus we're not speaking right now. So I would say that from what I know, um, he wanted to get like-minded individuals like him, people that he can be around and not want to punch in the esophagus, vice versa, that are similar goal oriented, want the same things. And even though he sets the table, everybody brings their own food to the table and not just, hey, I'm here to eat off whatever you produce because you're the leader. You know, when I rock the prolific colors, I rock those with respect, even though I'm not dealing with 90% of prolific right now. Like I don't take being the first lady of prolific lightly. It is a big, big duty to deal with four men and to be the only female. Lucky for me, I'm used to this because, I'm friends with men more than I am with women. So like I'm used to it. But when you have people who have your same mind state and can sometimes, ruffle your feathers as you ruffle theirs, to see if y'all are really truly family is to see how y'all fall out and how y'all come back together to be cool. So, um, I didn't know that he wanted me to be the first lady of Prolific. I had no idea. I had returned in 2022, March 19th, and I had my first match back, and I won the BCW Women's Championship. And I remember I stayed an extra day early because a day late to be here to watch him wrestle at Pro Wrestling R. And then I could also catch up with Ron because I've known Ron for a long time as well. And after I watched him wrestle and I was getting ready to leave, he was like, "Hey, just like before the pandemic happened, like, weren't you to join? It'd be the first lady of Prolific." And I was like, "Words for reals?" So, but then you got sick. You know what I'm saying? But this is like still want you to be the first lady. But I'm like, words. And then I was like, I'm with it, but I can't be the first lady of Prolific until like we fight, and then that's how that whole feud came about. I'm a very hard-headed, stubborn individual who can be set in their ways at times, and he's the same exact way. And all right, nephew. And so it's one of those situations to where I was out for a year and a half because I have a chronic skin disease. The abbreviation is HS, but if you go look it up, the real name for it is hidradenitis suppurativa. That's why I just call it HS. And so that almost took me out. And so for a year and a half, I was out. And so I knew that when I came back, I don't want to take my time. I've never been a person that like to take the easy route. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to jump automatically back in, like right when we get started. And that was the one thing that I wanted to do. I was like, yo, if anybody's going to push me to be at my best, it's going to be my best friend, the person that knows me better than my mom. And he didn't want to. Like, it's not that he didn't want to. He was like, yo, like, get some other matches under your belt first before you like mess with me because, I do. And I was like, yo, you got me fucked up. I ain't pussy. And then, we had like this whole situation and everything. We beat the hell out of each other in multiple promotions in multiple states. And we had the best of 5 series. It stopped at 4. Now the final one is next week. And on the 4th one, he made me the first lady of Prolific. And it has been a title and a duty that I have taken and put on my back, and I try to represent to the fullest of my abilities. So I hope that answers your question, because if you want to know anything else about Prolific, you got to ask the leader, man. I'm not the leader. I didn't create it, Randy. I didn't do it.
I'm just asking the question considering the fact that you're a part of the team.
No,
Any questions from the panel?